Irv brought me into the studio, where Seven played me some beats. I got a call from E Moneybags, so I went into the hallway to talk to him. When I told Bags that I was at Irv's studio, he said, "Tell that nigga Irv that E Moneybags said what up, he know me." I told Irv, and his face instantly changed, like he was nervous all of a sudden. What's that about? I wondered. I made a copy of one of Seven's beats and bounced back to the Music Palace studio to meet Bars and Hooks, Green Eyes, and Steve Solar. Late that night, Green Eyes said he needed to talk. He complimented me on Infamous Records and told me to stop hanging out with Bags. He didn't tell me why or by who. He just said to stay away because Bags was about to be hit. Bags was hype about getting his Navigator. "Come with me to the dealership in Long Island," he said at the studio one afternoon, just after Green Eyes told me to stop hanging with him. "They're giving out good deals for luxury cars." We hopped on the Long Island Expressway and headed to Champion Motors. On the way, Bags broke down the whole story about the connection between Irv Gotti, Ja Rule, and Supreme. Bags told me Irv was a neighborhood DJ at park jams and block parties back in the day, and Irv and Ja were just two studio gangsters. Irv Gotti and Ja Rule, they were the herbs in the hood, and now Supreme's got them under his wing, Bags said. Before I gave Bags money for the song he did for my Murder Music soundtrack, he was planning to buy a tag car from this girl named Z, who went to my grandmother's dance school and sold tag cars for Supreme. Capone from QB bought a white buggy-out Benz from her a few months prior. Bags gave Z $1,000 for a down payment, but when he got the $2,500 from me, he decided he wanted his money back to get a legit car, a Navigator, instead. "You gotta take that up with Preem," Z told him, "because he told me not to give you anything back." Supreme brushed Bags off like he was a punk. Bags was a member of a Jamaica Queens gang in the late 80s called the Young Guns that had a big brawl with another gang from Jamaica, the Lost Boys, at Sunrise Multiplex. Somebody was shot in the eye and killed inside the theater. Bags was the shooter. He's the reason why that movie theater has metal detectors to this day. Bags told me he was coming out of the Coliseum on Jamaica Avenue one day and saw Preem parked in a Land Rover with a dude named Black Just, another well-known member of the Supreme team, in the Rover's passenger seat. Bags proceeded to shoot up the Rover with bullets, learning later that he missed Preem and shot Black Just in the upper inner thigh. Instead of driving Just to the hospital, Preem drove him 10 minutes away to the hood and told somebody else to take him 10 minutes back so the D's wouldn't question him. Black Just bled to death, but if Preem would have dropped him off at Mary Immaculate Hospital right around the block from the shooting, Just might have lived. 50 Cent felt the same way about Irv and Ja, Bags said, and he didn't get along with Preem either. So when 50 first came on the rap scene with songs dissing Irv and Ja, Preem put a hit on 50, and that's why 50 got shot up. Bags knew that Preem put a hit on him too for killing Black Just, but he said he was going to kill Preem first. Now I understand what Green Eyes was telling me and why Irv Gotti looked like he seen a ghost when I told him I was on the phone with Bags, and why Ja Rule was acting tough on that Limp Bizkit tour. I was thinking as Bags spoke. He figured he had Preem to protect him. At the end of 2001, I received my certified gold album plaque for HNIC. Havoc only produced 2 songs on the HNIC, not because I only wanted 2 beats. I was forced to find other producers because Havoc wasn't showing any excitement or enthusiasm about my solo project. I wish Hav would have done the whole album. Shortly after I got my gold plaque, Bags went to go check Havoc in Freeport. After the break-in, Hav's uncle, Lamik, gave Havoc 2 pit bulls, Black and Blaze. They ran loose in the yard and barked at all who passed by, especially mailmen and delivery people. We walked up to the gate surrounding the house, and the dogs went bananas, acting as if they wanted to kill Bags. They looked crazy. Hate and fury filled their faces, barking like never before. Bags couldn't even come inside the gate because I couldn't control them. And when Havoc came out, he couldn't either. Hav had never met Bags before, so he came to my truck and made small talk. We were in the area, so I just wanted to introduce them. Bags and I drove back to Queens. Parked in front of Majesty's crib in Hollis. We sat in Bags' Navigator and played PlayStation for a while. I'm gonna come get you early in the morning so we can start working on that mix CD together, I said. Cool, he said. Call me when you get up. I hopped out the Navi and into my truck and went home early for a change. The next morning, I called Bags around 11 to see if he was up and ready. Somebody else picked up his phone. E? I asked, confused. No, this isn't E. Who's this? It's P. Let me talk to Bags. This is Detective... Can't remember. You'll hear about what happened to E soon. I hung up quick. Oh, shit. Did they kill Bags like Green Eye said? I wondered. Nah. Maybe he got locked up or something. I couldn't reach Majesty on his phone, so I went to his crib later that evening. Majesty and a few others were sitting on the steps in front of his door with a big bottle of Hennessy in plastic cups. Madge explained that his family was having a cookout earlier that day in his backyard. Bags had parked his new Navigator next to the house, as usual, and they took a smoke break in the Navi because they didn't want to burn the weed in front of the kids in the yard. Madge ran back to the house to get a plate of food before it was all gone. And while he was filling up his plate, 4 masked gunmen ran up to the Navi from behind and opened fire. Bags' truck and body were riddled with bullets. Stray bullets went flying through Majesty's house and almost hit the little kids in the yard. Bags died with his gun in his hand. He must have seen them coming, but it was too late. I didn't want to cry, but it was hard not to. I couldn't control it. P, I want to show you something, Majesty said. He went into the house and came back with an 80-page spiral notebook and handed it to me. What's this? I asked. It's one of Tupac's notebooks, he said. He left it here when he used to hang out with my brother. You need to read that. I opened it and saw Pac's notes and poems, plans, scribble-scrabble, and chicken scratch. It was amazing to have Tupac's notebook in my hands. I wanted you to see this because you need to know how similar y'all niggas is, Madge said, pointing out pages outlining Pac's plan to unite OGs, community leaders, rappers, and street hustlers from every hood across America to help create more positive and peaceful communities. He had it all mapped out. Reading his notebook gave me a newfound respect for Tupac. I knew about Pac's Black Panther and activist upbringing, but now I got a glimpse of the real him. Tupac envisioned similar plans for everything that I used to talk to E Moneybags and Majesty about, but his plan was more precise and made more sense. When I was done reading, I was at a loss for words. Looking at Madge, I felt pain for him. He lost his brother Stretch, who was murdered in Hollis in the late 90s right after Tupac was killed. Somebody shot up his MPV minivan and Stretch crashed into a tree. And now he lost his best friend, Bags. On the way home, I thought about how Hav's dogs went crazy when they saw Bags the day before. Could it be they sensed something? Maybe E had an eerie energy that the dogs could feel. R.I.P. my nigga.